Now, hello student, welcome to the second video of the same lesson, Pillars of Democracy. In the first part of the video, we have seen the opinions of the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar regarding the maintaining the democracy, and even we saw the important philosophers and their statements regarding maintaining the democracy. One of them was John Stuart Mill, who was just telling about the worshipping of the person and considering the service of the person for the country, but not to surrender your own freedom to that particular person. That the same thing he was emphasizing. And another was the Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell, that he was telling about the hero worshipping things which is happening in India. So that has to be stopped. And now the next thing that we are going to learn about the fraternity in this video. So let us stay tuned. The second thing we are wanting in is recognition of the principle of fraternity. Now, what does fraternity mean? Fraternity means a sense of common brotherhood of all Indians. It is what? Sense of common brotherhood, that we all are brothers and sisters. That is the one type of unity. If Indians being one people, then there must be a sense of common brotherhood. So it is the principle which gives unity and solidarity to social life. Solidarity here, it means the togetherness, uniformity. So it is a difficult thing to achieve. Now, why does he say in this way it is difficult things to achieve? Now, let us explain. How difficult it is now can be realized from the story related by James Bryce in his volume on American Commonwealth about the United States of America. Now, here the third person has come and his reference is given James Bryce, and he has written the various books. And in his volume that is one series of book about the same topic or the same title. So there is a volume on American Commonwealth about the United States of America. So what he has written in that particular book, let us study and understand it. So these are the volume on American Commonwealth written by James Bryce about the United States of America, the American Commonwealth, Viscount James Bryce. So here is James Bryce, and see what he says. The story is, I propose to recount it in the words of Bryce himself, that now the below story is given in the words of Bryce itself as it is, into double into comma it starts. Some years ago, the American Protestant Episcopal Church was occupied at its triennial convention in revising its liturgy. So this is the Episcopal Church. Now, some years ago, the American Protestant. So there are two categories you might be knowing very well: Protestant and Catholic. So here is the reference of Protestants. American Protestant Episcopal Church, name of the church. It was occupied at its triennial convention in revising its liturgy. So there was a triennial, that is 1300th anniversary of the church, and it was it revising its liturgy. That means it rites prescribed for a public worship. So publicly it was just being worshipped on its 300th anniversary. So it was thought desirable to introduce among the short sentences prayers a prayer for the whole people, and an eminent New England divine proposed the words, O Lord, bless our nation. So that was the time it was so thought desirable what to introduce among the short sentence prayers. So they wanted to introduce short sentence prayers a prayer for the whole people of the particular country, particular nation. And an eminent New England divine, they propose the words, O Lord, bless our nation. So, nation here it a reference of New England. Accepted one afternoon on the spur of the moment. So, this short prayer, O Lord, bless our nation, that was accepted on the spur, that means encouraged of the moment. Suddenly it was accepted. The sentence was brought up next day for reconsideration. So again there was a thought over it, so that it should be reconsidered again. When so many objections were raised by the laity, now what is this laity? These are the members of a religious community. Okay, those members, those who have some rights to have words and to have a discussion regarding the religious things. Laity. To the word nation. Okay, so they just object to the words nation as importing too definite a recognition of national unity, and that it was dropped, and instead there were adopted the words, O Lord, bless these United States. So instead of word nation they objected, and instead of the word nation they accepted the word United States. O Lord, bless these United States. There was so little solidarity in the USA at the time when this incident occurred that the people of America did not think that they were a nation. There was so little solidarity, so little togetherness was there, so little unity was there, so little brotherhood was there in the USA. Even when this word was happened, when this incident has happened, the many people of the America they did not think that they were a nation. But when the particular word USA is entered, Lord bless this United States, they become aware of it. Now, what they say, if the people of the United States could not feel that they were a nation, how difficult it is for Indians to think that they are a nation. I remember the days when politically minded Indians resented the expression the people of India, as we are saying it in the people of India. So they preferred the expression the Indian nation. We the people of India, what they preferred the word Indian nation. I am of opinion that in believing that we are a nation, we are cherishing a great delusion. So what here Ambedkar says, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar says, I am of the opinion that in his opinion, in believing that we are a nation, we are cherishing a great delusion. Delusion, that means we are mistaken an idea or an opinion. That means we are making some mistakes if we are accepting ourselves in this way, that we are a nation. How? Let us see. Now, how can people divided into several thousands of castes be a nation? Yes, he is quite right. Actually, he is insisting on the thousands of castes available in India. If the peoples are so much divided in the castes, various castes, subcastes, then how can they form a nation? How can a several thousands of the castes be a nation? Because this caste is the hindrance, this is the obstacle for becoming a nation. The sooner we realize that we are not as yet a nation in the social and psychological sense of the word, the better for us. So, what here Ambedkar stress? The sooner we realize that we are not as yet a nation in the social and psychological sense, we must have that psychological and socially we must be aware that we are Indians. But unless we are not aware about the social and psychological sense of the word, the better for us to become aware of it. For then For then only we shall realize the necessity of becoming a nation and seriously think of ways and means of realizing the goal. If we are aware about the word nation, then and then only we will be realizing the goals of the nation and goals of our progress. The realization of this goal is going to be very difficult, far more difficult than it has been in the United States. That means compared to the United States, in India it is more difficult. The United States has no caste problem, but in India there are castes, number of castes. The castes are anti-national, that is against the nation. Here this means the caste is anti-national. It is against the nation. Now why? Because in the first place, because they bring about this separation in social life. Because yes, and it is quite right. If we say that we belong to this caste, another person say I belong to that caste. Many more are they are divided into the caste. Then when are they divided into the nation? How can they call themselves as they belong to one nation if they are keep on fighting among themselves on the basis of caste? How can we be united? So they are anti-national also because they generate jealousy and antipathy between caste and creed. But we must overcome all these difficulties if we wish to become a nation in reality. For fraternity can be a fact only when there is a nation. Lastly, what he says, for fraternity, for the sake of fraternity, the fraternity can be a fact. Yes, this brotherhood, this togetherness can be a real fact only when there is a nation. That means only one, if the people are thinking about the nation and nation only instead of thinking about the castes, category, and subcastes. Without fraternity, equality, and liberty will be no longer, will be no deeper than the coats of paint. Yes, that means the future of the country is depends on fraternity, and without fraternity, this equality and liberty will be no deeper than the coats of a paint. Definitely. So it is more important that to follow the fraternity and the sense of brotherhood among the Indians. Now, so in this way, our lesson is ended here. Okay, if you really like it, please like, share, and subscribe my video. Thanks for watching.